Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. Indoor seed starting is fun, easy, and economical. Now's the time to start your seeds. If you're looking to grow vegetable variety or add a punch of color to your flower garden, review the Stoke Seeds Starting Guide online. You'll find information about soil preparation, moisture, temperature, light, transplanting, and more. The Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Get growing with Stokes. Now, today's question. Well, Fred, like everybody else, I have cabin fever, and I'd like to get outside a little bit without making mud pies.
Yeah,
you don't want to tramp around if it's too wet. But I have a couple of those knockout roses they're fairly close to my front door, and one of them I can reach from the sidewalk. Could I cut it down now?
Yes, by all means. Matter of fact, where spring can impact your bone structure and muscle structure, I would start spreading out the word. And I have looked at a number of roses, not thousands by any means, but in various places in this last week. And happily, I'm not seeing too much dead in those that I've kind of casually looked at. And then as far as pruning is concerned, one of my clients, Rosarian type clients. I mean, there were things he didn't know about, but when it came to roses, he could write the book. And he always worked toward doing his major pruning March 1 through St. Patrick's Day. Uh-huh. And I believe, because it's been a long time since I've talked to him, I believe he featured March 1 as the target day. Now, he had several hundred roses, so they didn't all get pruned on one day, except for his miniatures. And there he had a remarkable way of handling them. Miniatures usually are tiny in structure as well as parts of flower, the leaf, the whole on. He had several hundred of them. And I said, good Lord, man, how do you get them all pruned? He said, it's real easy. I have an old mower that instead of a 4-inch diameter wheel has a 6.5 or so inch diameter wheel. That puts the axle height up about 3 inches above the ground. He said, I start that sucker, it hits 3,000 RPM with a razor-sharp blade. I just mow them all off. Oh, my God. Now, he may or may not tear a plant here and there. That is, literally rip it loose from the ground and so on. But he said, no, he said, I can prune my miniatures way quicker with not much bending over other than to rake it up afterwards with a mower. He said, that one is reserved for that. It doesn't touch the lawn. It's razor-sharp for roses and roses only.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Remember, lose the winter blues and garden indoors. Start your indoor seeding with the help of Stoke's Gardening Guide, plus their online articles. For the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to stokeseeds.com. Catalogs are still available. Cultivating successful growers for generations.